years old. Pabata ng pabata ang mga pasyente ng CKD. Hospitals across the country are reporting new cases among children and teenagers, some as young as 4 years old, who are already grappling with the realities of kidney failure. In fact, I have come face to face with these young CKD patients at nakita ko po ang lungkot sa kanilang mga mata dahil alam nilang habang buhay na nila ito kakaharapin. Halos tumira na sa ospital ang 14 years old na si RG dahil sa kanyang matinding karamdaman, ang chronic kidney disease. Ang kanyang kalbaryo nagsimula sa murang edad na 4 na taong gulang pa lamang.
Hindi ko sinasabi sa isip ko. Gusto ko masaya lagi. Sa'yo lahat. Ayaw na. Pagkita si mama umiyak eh. Tangina, sa isip ko si mama pagod na. Galing trabaho, walang tulog. Tapos, pupunta na kami sa ospital. Pagdating doon, wala nang pahinga.
7 taon na po ako ngayon na-dialysis eh. 30 years old po ako nung nag-umpisa ng dialysis eh. Wala po akong bisyo, alak, sigarilyo, wala po ako niyan. Ang naging pinaka-addict ko lang po, maghanap buhay araw-araw. Sa hanap buhay ko araw-araw, kaya lang po yung nagawa kong inumin ba pag nabiyahe ng tricycle, yung energy drink, yung po sumira sa akin. 2 months lang po niya sinira yung kidney ko, bumigay na agad.
Nung in-abdomen ultrasound po ko, nakita po maliliit po yung kidneys ko. Yung isa pong kidney ko parang durog-durog. Yung isa po maliit. Pang 2 years old po yung size niya. Sa nag-research na po ako sa sakit ko. Tas yun po, na ano ko na lifetime na po talaga yung dialysis ko po.
The big question now is, why is CKD becoming so prevalent, especially among young people? The steady rise of cases that can be attributed to lifestyle choices. Sa pangaraw-araw na buhay, ang karaniwang Pilipino ay nasanay na sa instant. Dahil ito'y madali, masarap at mura. Ang sinasabi ko po ay mga processed food at packaged drinks. Ang mataas na pagkonsumo ng processed foods, sugary beverages, and salty snacks combined with low physical inactivity have contributed to rising rates of obesity, hypertension, and diabetes, all major risk factors for CKD. Ayon po sa Department of Health at Philippine Renal Disease Registry, ang primary cause ng CKD sa Pilipinas ay dalawa po. Una, uncontrolled diabetes. High blood sugar levels can damage your kidney filters. Over time, your kidneys can become so damaged that they no longer do a good job filtering waste and extra fluid from your blood. Pangalawa, ang hypertension, high blood pressure can damage blood vessels and other parts of the filtering system in the kidneys. The rising cases of CKD in young adults and children is a sign that there is something wrong with our healthcare system. Madam President, the Philippines ranks among the countries with the highest rates of CKD in Southeast Asia. This can be attributed to a combination of limited access to preventive healthcare, greater exposure to risk factors, and lower awareness among the general public. The primary problem is in the lack of programs for early detection of CKD. Madam President, CKD often shows no symptoms in its early stages. That is why early detection is crucial, because when identified early, CKD can often be managed with medication and lifestyle changes. Simple routine tests, SANA, such as checking blood pressure, blood sugar, and urine for protein, can catch kidney disease before it progresses. Unfortunately, dito sa Pilipinas, 1 out of 3 CKD patients are already in stages 3 to 5. At sa stage na ito, the cost of managing the disease is 11 times more than managing it in its stage. From 44,000 pesos tumataas hanggang 116,000 pesos for non-diabetic patients, and from 46,000 pesos to 120,000 pesos for diabetic patients. That is why we must focus on education, regular screening in schools and communities, and promoting healthy habits from a young age. I filed Senate Bill number 2123 ang Accessible Kidney Care Act, which will provide free kidney health screening in barangay health centers and super health centers to make screening more accessible to the public. Another preventive measure that we could put in place is the improvement in the daily nutrition habit of our people. I filed Senate Bill 1668 or the Health Rating Label Act. The measure will provide a system that measures the overall nutrition profile of packaged food and beverage products from 1 as the least nutritious to 5 as the most nutritious. The rating system is calculated based on a product's calorie, saturated fat, sodium, sugar, and fiber content. Several countries have implemented these measures, and major food and beverage manufacturers have complied. The manufacturers either put the warning label or simply reduce the sugar or sodium content to avoid having the products marked as unhealthy and as a result turn off their consumers. The impact of CKD on a young person's life is profound. Physically, CKD leads to fatigue, weakness, in advanced stages, the need for regular dialysis, a process that replaces kidney functions but requires several hours, multiple times a week. This can interrupt schooling, work, and social life. Panghabang buhay po ang sakit na CKD, which is why beyond the physical toll, CKD also brings emotional and social challenges. Families are affected too, facing high medical costs and the emotional weight of supporting a loved one through this chronic disease. The fight against CKD is not just the responsibility of doctors and hospitals, it is a challenge for all of us. But the good news is, madami pong solusyon for prevention na mas mura kesa sa pagpapagamot ng CKD. I hope for the support of my dear colleagues, and I know whoever will chair the Committee on Health, may kita nilang halagaan ng mga panukalang ito. Maraming salamat po, Madam President, my dear colleagues.